sat here can tell you.
Service in Holy Rosa is in
We are taking a canoe tour of the communities on the bank of River Niger in Keso.
When the story of the revival of Yahweh's Regatta and Cultural Festival was made, I had to put up my phone. The questions were coming in torrents. Many people could not believe there is such a rich outlay of diverse cultures in Yahweh. Beautiful and universal appeal. The community is peaceful and blessed. Yet, not in the country's tourism timeline. Some people even ask me, which country is Yahweh? There are questions I cannot answer for. There are some I can answer in the media, and it's a good one. The Yahweh Emirate is an economic and tourism haven. What we see of the culture of the people is one small bit. What they do to find livelihood has a more defining beauty. It is the handwork of nature. Did you see that canoe coming in? It is coming from one of the hundreds of communities in Yawuri. It is bringing people and goods. That perhaps put into perspective the grand celebration that is taking place in Yawuri now. Yawuri is a vibrant inland waterways, and in fact, I think it is the most vibrant and active in Nigeria. If you stand here from morning to night, you can see as many as 100 boats, big and small, coming to Yawuri market. Some with the fish, some with the onions, some with other resources, going to Nigerian market from various places. That is Yawuri for you. Only around social and economic activities that benefit the people and their environment. To be poor in this land, you need to be super lazy. Not only at the river channel so much a resource for the people, the upland areas are fertile and suitable for the cultivation of rice and onions. The landscape, accentuated by over 250 kilometers stretch of river Niger, is spellbinding, inviting and nourishing. These are not only theoretical outlines, they are the actual life stories of these people. When the event of the Yawuri Carnival was dusted, we took a trip to Wara. Wara is some 80 kilometers southeast of Yawuri in Ngaski local government area of Kebbi State. For anybody who has never seen River Niger in full bloom, Wara offers him a view. Here, the eternal river threatens to connect with heaven. I like beautiful landscapes. I like the ambience of natural environment. And I like the perspective some of the landscape I've seen give me. Now look at this. Brilliant pictures of water flowing. It is the glorious River Niger. It is making trajectory right from Mali, coming through areas here in Kebbi State. To this community we are, Wara, and going down to the Atlantic Ocean. A beautiful picture of water has never been as good as it is right now. Incidentally, in areas around Wara, when it is rainy season, you don't see water like this one. When it's dry season, the water is full. The local community told me that when the water is full, like it is at this time of the year, the distance from this edge of the water to the other distance can be as much as 33 kilometers. Great, if you ask me. But then the beautiful story is that this water is giving people a lot of good things. It is a source of livelihood where they produce their rice, they produce their onions, and this is the water that allows them to do their travels from here right to the Atlantic. The scenario at the waterside in Wara reveals in part the tourism potential of Yawuri Emirate. People can pay to be here. The local community takes advantage of the riverside to do domestic chores needing water. We line up to join a flying boat to take a trip through this endless river. It is an experience to cherish. For 30 minutes, we are cruising on water as emergency tourists.
Along the waterway, we connect with many riverside communities. To them, River Niger is not merely a beautiful landscape, it is survival itself. Over 70% of their agriculture is influenced by this water. It is monumental agriculture they do, even if it is a subject specific. Rice, fishing, onion are the core of it. It is a staple folk that River Niger has eccentric fences around the Nigerian Emirate that influence crop production here. The people understand them though and use them to their advantage.
There are over 100 communities along the channels of River Niger in Yaouri Emirate. They all take direct advantage of the River Niger to do their agriculture. Now, I told you they do different kind of agriculture, but they are more popular for the production of rice and onion. Now, let me give you another perspective. The time I arrived in this place, in Wara, it is rice cultivation period. Then still some people harness, the advantage they have to produce rice. You can see it here. Along, you see the river, you can see the river bank, and you can see the rice. Now, the story about rice cultivation along this water channel is that the people of Yaouri Emirate produce or cultivate rice 3 times a year. They do it during the rainy season. Then immediately after the rainy season, they do it for the dry season. And then because immediately after the harvest of the rainy season, the water will build up here. And people will be taking advantage of the water. Some will do it borehole based. So they do it. And immediately the water is draining around March. They do it before the incidence of the rainy season, which usually comes around April. That is what they do. Probably no state in this country produces rice 3 times a year, but the people of Yaouri. And this is an example in a community in Wara.
In a manner of speech, we anchored in a riverside community some 20 kilometers of Wara. We ran into a group of youth and little children actively harvesting rice. The rice has its roots within the river channel. In the next 2 months, over 5 kilometers of this region will give way for massive cultivation of rice in the spaces it vacates. For the over 200 communities along the channel of River Niger in Yaouri Emirate, there is scarcely a household that does not cultivate rice. It is as massive and widespread as that. In this community, we ran into the first billion governor of Kebbi State, Alhaji Abubakar Musa Garkuwan Yaouri. He is from Wara and relocated 100% to his environment to do his agriculture. He has a rice farm at this riverside, and I take him head on.
It's wonderful meeting you in your own farmland.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's always wonderful. It's wonderful just saying.
Thank you very much.
Obviously,
You're welcome.
no, look at you looking very strong after all this years. Somebody may think that you are still a young man or something like that.
No, I'm not. I'm getting to 80.
80 years.
80 years, inshallah.
Still looking very, very strong. What's the secret?
Contentment and patience.
You have been a director in the customs.
Yes.
You have been the first executive governor of Kebbi State. You have been a lot of things.
Yes.
You decided to come back home?
Yeah. I come back home in order to help my people, so that at least I can guide them on what to do in their lives.
Obviously, agriculture is obviously one of.
Yes.
Especially where you are, Wara, obviously, is a channel. The River Niger has made its way out of that place. Tell me, so that gave you perspective, or what gives you the idea to just remain home?
Well, I've been doing agriculture right from my secondary school. So I have interest in agriculture. And when I was in Lagos and Ibadan, I tried to develop my farm. That's why I started gradually.
Apart from issues of his life and settlement, there are the germane issues of culture of rice production in Yaouri Emirate and his agriculture as well.
I believe that here in Wara and all of these local governments, if we have encouragement from the government, we can feed not only Kebbi State, but even most of the time in Nigeria.
And this is just a small stretch of space compared to the country and other things like that.
Yes, yes. Well, a lot around River Niger, along the River Niger. You see people doing their work, their farms.
How many communities do you have along the place? You have an estimate?
We have over 200 communities. Over.
And they all have interest in rice cultivation?
Everybody, you have to, because that's the living. That's what you do to on your living.
Obviously, I know that the government has this ban on the
importation
of rice.
Yes.
How much had that helped you?
It helps to a great extent because now people are coming. If you see during the rainy season, after the harvest, you see a lot of trailers coming down here, loading vehicles to Bininkabi, to Arugungu for the factories there. Paddy.
You have a processing facility?
We're going to have very soon, inshallah.
Is that a challenge?
It is a challenge. And fortunately, the government has already looked into it, and they're going to start already.
Abubakar Musa is an educated model farmer in Wara. It is amazing how they deal with issues of farm inputs, marketing of their products, and government intervention in support of farmers. Key issues really in context of the quantum of rice they cultivate here.
If you go to the store now, you can buy any quantity you want. It's available.
So fertilizer is a problem too?
It is not, because if the store of the fertilizer is just about 5.
And it covers all the farmers around this area?
All farmers. If they want fertilizer now, they can go to the store and buy.
Well, what of the seeds, the seedlings?
Seedlings, that's during the rainy season.
Yes. Okay, seedlings are provided only during
the season. Yeah.
And you buy it for the whole dry season?
Yes.
And another thing?
Yes.
What are the output? Do you get up to 80% of what you've been able to plant from the seeds?
Yes. More than that, sometimes. More than.
So tell me, I like the environment. I like the things I see around this.
It's very good. It's very good, and it's good also for tourism.
Yeah. But because what are you doing differently? You are here, you have been to everybody, and all people like you. What are you doing differently to see this place is developed for tourism, not only for agriculture?
Well, you are in Nigeria yesterday. You have seen our potentials, and I'm sure we are going to develop tourism in Yamari.
It is part of the endowment of this water side that the soil inland is not overly fertile, but also allows for rich cultivation of fruits you otherwise feel cannot grow here. Abubakar Musa maintains an extensive farmland that grows mangoes, oranges, and date fruits at bumper level. The plantation not only beautifies the environment the more, but also provides rich income to the farmers.
I put them gradually, right from 1974. 74, when I was in Ibadan. I was in charge of customs in Ibadan.
Oh my goodness. So that's around 50 years now?
Yes. So I started developing the farm from there.
So already you have a vision of what you wanted?
Yes, right at the beginning. So even if I left office, I have something doing.
Obviously, you have something doing. So let's talk of these mangoes now.
Yeah.
You getting something from them also?
Oh yes, I do. At least I can get 2 million from them, from mangoes.
2 million?
Yeah.
In a year?
In a year.
You have uptakers or what?
Locally, they can go. Some businessmen they can take 50 bags, 100 bags. They go.
And you just put your money in your pocket and just keep quiet.
I marvel at the orange plantations the more. Oranges do less in the far north. Doing well in Yawori farmland thrill me. In most northwest of Nigeria, people are familiar that they are very good in the cultivation of rice. They know that they are very good in the cultivation of mangoes. But oranges? Hardly. But then coming to a farmland here, you can find multiple orange plantations, 3 varieties, all fertile, all producing with integrity. There are a lot to sabo in this farmland. The date plantations more so. They are not as many as the mango and orange plantations, but they are no less eye-catching. It is hardly they are produced for commercial purposes though. Across the inland fields, the fertility of the soil and its rich resource makes it fertile ground for grazers. Herds of livestock, including cattle and sheep, are common sight in the fields. They graze and move with grace. The story of the inland fields of Yawuri can scarcely be told, however, without reference to its unique cultivation of onions. Onions cultivation in Yawuri is a scene of pride to the communities. Nobody is left out. The communities never fail to gloat on what makes them unique.
Onion of Yawuri is of very great importance to farmers who farm onion all over the world. Before independence, our forefathers carry onion from Yawuri to Onitsha on paddle canoe just because of its importance.
It is true. Any mention of Yawuri brings into mind the reality of there being the land of onion. Its prices is different. So is its color.
The color of onion of Yawuri is black in nature. So anywhere you take it for market, when people see it, they can directly identify that onion is from Yawuri.
So
It's quite different.
is it the difference in the color or is the difference somewhere else?
In the color and in the taste.
What is the taste of Yawuri onion?
That of Yawuri, you can't just take it just like that. It will look like just like a pipi. But the other ones, that of Aleru, Sokoto, and other areas, you can take it out field.
The time we visited this community, the onion are emptying in the fields. The land is being preferred for the cultivation of other crops ahead of the rainy season. This man could not give me an estimate of how much onion is produced in Yawuri Emirate every year. He has an idea, though, of what comes out of his immediate community.
There are more than a million number of bags. More than.
It seems like you guys a bumper production of it.
Sure, there is. If they are selling a bag of onion of Yawuri, 20,000, that of other areas will be around 15,000.
Just because of the color and the taste?
The taste.
What of the size?
And the size, the more you put water and fertilizer, the more it grows.
Along the road, we came across so many onion fields that are on the threshold of harvest. We arrived at the waterside where every day hundreds of canoes upload onion from the riverside communities for markets across Nigeria's countries of Mali and Ghana. Our presence in Yawuri is in the last months leading to the end of onion cultivation season in Yawuri. The last batches of harvested onions are arriving. The riverside is their main channel of delivery. They are in deliveries by road too. It so happened that the onion market of Yawuri is located at the riverside.
Yawuri tana ɗaya daga cikin babbar kasuwa ta albasa.
Chairman of the Onion Sellers Association of Yawuri said every 23 trailer loads leave Yawuri market to markets in Nigeria. Each trailer carries as much as 220 bags of onion. There is no market in Yawuri as big and popular as its onion market. This man told me that the market attracts people from all over Nigeria when the onion season is at hand. They come in as laborers, bag vendors, sellers, buyers, truck drivers, brokers, transporters, and much more. The traders in this market say they need special government intervention with the sale of onion when the season is closing on. They want government to move excess onion when the prices are falling due to the end of season sales to save the farmers from losses. We climb atop a trailer to capture the vastness of this water environment and the vehicles loading onions to the Nigerian market. The image story reinforces one thing. Yauri is a vibrant inland waterway with massive economic and social activities going on daily basis. The economic activities support policies of government and bolster the drive for food security and sufficiency in food production. This consideration only reinforces the call by concerned citizens for inland water port in Yauri.
We believe it's a work in progress. Sometimes in 1997, under the Presidential Task Force (PTF), then led by, as he was then, retired Major General Muhammadu Buhari, currently president, there was a proposal to dredge the river Niger and create a port up to Yaoundé. Now there is a port at Baro, and we believe we will mobilize and demand and request of the president to ensure that that dream he had come to fruition, that the river is dredged up to Dole Kaina, so that we will have inland ports in Kebbi.
And I hope and I pray that our politicians will give us supporting hand so that this river port will be actualized. Because once it is constructed, goods from the Niger Delta will be brought here by river, and from here transported to northern part of the country and beyond. So that will lessen the pressure on our roads.
The Emir of Yaoundé, Dr. Mohamed Dayan Abdullahi, took the request further. In context, Yaoundé is an international waterway, a thoroughfare to some 3 countries in West Africa, including Niger, Benin Republic, Ghana, and Mali. The Emir wants a situation where Yaoundé would have a factory for both construction and repair.
There used to be before, but now they're doing locally. All these boats you see were constructed here. And we used to assemble these boats to other parts of the country, and Niger, Mali.
Perhaps it is in the area where Yaoundé will be a national and international tourist hub that virtually everyone is more concerned with. The revival of the Regatta Festival, they believe, is an additional tonic, abundance of beautiful landscapes and endowment that Yaoundé is blessed with. There are current efforts to open Yaoundé better by road. If it can simply be opened by water, its tourism glory is assured. Before I could draw the curtain on my Yaoundé Emirate, I was hailed by an industry in the outskirts of Yelwa. It is a groundnut processing industry. I find young girls and boys there of school going age, get out of it. At school hours, they are finding life processing groundnut shells. The industry is truly big. It processes groundnut markets. One of the officials of the industry, Alajimani, told me that at least 10 trillion loads of processed groundnut leave for Kano market every day. The industry is close to 20 processing machines, and over 100 people work here, including women and children. What the girls and the boys do are to sieve the groundnut shells thrown out by the processors. Out of the shells, they bring out animal feed, and they bring out fertilizer to be applied in the farms. People buy them in bags. I have another fascination with this industry. I am all along, so the nation's high-capacity groundnut regime is over. Far from it, though, the nation still has potential for rich groundnut cultivation. Why he told me, source most of their groundnut locally. They also travel across water to communities in Niger State for it. In all cases, however, Yaoundé is land of great potential. For that, I again quote the word of their senator to round up my story.
The potentialities of this very place are grossly underutilized. Federal government has a lot to achieve by developing this area of Nigeria.